reading Almost Odis by me, Dusty Thompson. If you're following along, we are on page 172, the blog dated Monday, August 13th, 2012. Do teeth in your pocket count as yours? It's a very serious question. A recent encounter with the dad was disarming to say the least. I was cooking his requested country food and took him a small bowl for taste testing purposes. He usually tells me I need to add salt and pepper, and even though I never add the salt as he has high blood pressure, I always tell him I do and he deems it just right on the second taste test. The dish tonight was shrimp stir fry. What? China's a country? Anyway, when I took him his little bowl, he had to get his teeth out of his shirt pocket to take a bite. I was so taken aback, I simply stood there trying to process the information. Besides the fact that he had them out of his mouth, they were sharing the overly stretched confines of his shirt pocket with his glasses, phone, and a crochet needle. As someone who has spent a small fortune on dental care in recent years, I am hyper aware of both my and others' teeth. You could have purchased a car with what I have paid for dental surgery. Not a new car, mind you, but at least a mid-90s Buick LeSabre. Definitely more than you need to spend to have an award-winning smile, as if there are awards for that sort of thing. Even if there were, I wouldn't be winning any, as the small space between my front teeth is not sexy like Lauren Hutton. It's simply a space. A small imperfection in an otherwise normal face. If normal is what you call someone whose eyes are so small, there is an assumption of Asian heritage. My award-winning smile. Yeah, I didn't win any awards for it. Paid a lot for it. I've always heard you can tell someone's financial health based on their hair, teeth, or shoes. Having had my hair snipped in both hoity-toity salons and chains like super clips, I can tell you there is scant difference between the two, for men at least. Other than you won't get a hot towel facial at super clips unless your stylist dumps her latte on your head because she is texting/drinking while she cuts. There are texting dangers outside of driving people. Where's the advocacy? And I definitely have excellent shoes. It's amazing what you can fit in your former canned ham of a foot into when it shrinks right along with your waistline. Yay me. As someone who did not receive regular dental checkups as a child due to the lack of dental insurance, I can attest to the fact poor dental care is a factor of poverty difficult to overcome, hence my overpriced but still not award-winning smile. But it's okay. I am single-handedly funding my dentist's daughter's year abroad, and I know she would be grateful if she was aware. And I'm glad to help someone go to Europe, although if I had my druthers it would be me, or at least someone who shared photos. But back to the teeth and the shirt conundrum. What does one say to one's parent who has just, one, retrieved their teeth, and two, from the confines of any location other than their mouth? How does one tiptoe past that? Does one address it? Does one ignore it? Does one blog about it? Apparently yes to the last question. Also, does one video about it? I don't say this to malign the dad. He is who he is. But it's one of the starkest differences between us. When I was discussing my upcoming dental surgery and told him the cost, he was taken aback. He was as taken aback as I was when he asked his home health aide if she'd ever heard a gnat fart. When I added how much I'd already spent, he informed me that I could have had all them teeth pulled and got you some false teeth and then use that leftover money to buy me a Harley. And I thought about it. Not the Harley part, but the pulling teeth and saving money part. And I realized in my heart of hearts, I wanted to have the teeth with which I was born still in my head and not in my pocket. I don't carry change in my pants pocket as it breaks the line of my trouser. Why on earth would I want to put teeth there? I don't put my phone in my shirt pocket as it skews the drape of the shirt and makes me look messy. Why on earth would I place teeth there? I don't want my teeth anywhere heretofore considered unseemly unless it's biting into a Caesar Cakes cupcake or a corn dog at the Franklinton Fair. I do miss the Franklinton Fair. Ben's never been. We may take him sometime. It'll be fun. Now, I don't know the reasons behind his false teeth, but I do know his health has been an issue for quite some time. In all honesty, based on his diet and his lack of exercise since he hurt his back offshore in 1989, I am surprised he is still with us. This man has had 8 heart attacks and a stroke, he says. And I still have to fight him on whether or not he gets to fry one steak he is allowed per month, as I am doing everything I can to keep from becoming an orphan at 41. And I must constantly watch his crazy diabetic butt to keep him from ingesting ice cream and donuts, all the while lamenting, the sugar is going to take his feet. Sugar's going to take my foot, JD. He says that all the time. And even after I bullied and tricked him into a 40-pound weight loss since he moved in with me, he remains 65 pounds overweight, and it's been an issue for some time. Based on photographic evidence I have recently uncovered, he transitioned from pudgy to officially fat sometime in 1974, y'all. As a former fat boy, I can tell you the more weight you have on your body, the more pain you will feel. Doctors have said for every pound you are overweight, it's like 4 pounds of pressure on your joints. Imagine walking around with your best friend strapped to your back, unless of course your best friend is crazy skinny like mine was in high school. Hey Paige. Then imagine walking around with your best friend and her mama strapped to your back. As someone who has lost 200 pounds in the last 4 years, yes, I'm bragging, I've gained about 25 of 40 of that bag. So anyway, whatever. I'm still skinnier than I was in high school. I can attest to the feeling of being able to leap like a mountain goat from peak to peak once you shed the equivalent of a normal-sized person from your person. However, that feeling quickly passes at the first failed attempt to jump to anything other than the premature conclusion that you're actually in decent shape. I was also sad to find the only thing that changed with my weight loss was a thinner me. I had the same issues, same problems, same everything, both good and bad, other than a more stylish wardrobe. And while that is awesome, it hasn't changed the only thing I thought would automatically change. To find skinny people or just people who are skinny was an unexpected letdown. And here I talked about y'all all those years. I apologize. I have tried everything I can to motivate the dad because further significant weight loss will not take place as his only exercise is walking between his recliner, the bathroom, and the kitchen table. Who knew he was already acting like pre-corona, before corona, y'all? That's all we do now is go from the bathroom to the kitchen to the bedroom. Driving at full rabbit on his scooter doesn't do anything for anyone except those in his way unexpectedly exercising lest they be run down by an aggressive Santa lookalike in a Tractor Supply hat, a stash of contraband almond joys hidden in his basket underneath assorted crime novels and packs of free dent, the gum of choice of denture wearers nationwide. The only part of his body in any sort of reasonable shape is his mouth, as it gets a constant workout due to his sudden singing of random songs like Rainbow Stew and Why Me Lord, and whistling with a talent on par with a songbird, y'all. It's a truly amazing sound, like he's kidnapped a bird and hidden it like everything else in his shirt pocket. There could be a bird there, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in that pocket at this very moment in time, including a jitterbug phone. I thought about comparing him to the Hager twins or any other minor members of the Hee Haw gang, but I'm still reeling from the residual shame of admitting I knew the identity of Farron Young in senior English in high school. The only other people with similar knowledge are in nursing homes and think a blog is something your daddy used to get. It'll pass. And I'm going to stop right there, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.